A lot of people thought I would fail. People would like make fun of me for just being on Instagram all day, and I'm like, it's important when you get there not to be satisfied. One of my favorite quotes is be proud but never satisfied. The guy's like eyeing us out for like 8 minutes. The security guy, he comes up to us, very weird. He's like, come with me. We're like, what the hell? Elevator door opens, there's 2 more security in the elevator. We go up and Drake's just sitting in a conference room alone waiting. And he's like, you guys are late, I got a workout.
Would you have done that partnership if you wasn't 6'9"? Like, what do you look for when you do a partnership?
No, because 6'9" at this point was so close to me, bro. I could call him, and I'm not even that close to him now, and the brand still exists.
Let me properly introduce him. Arguably one of, if not the hottest watch dealer in the world. You guys saw some of the people that he has as clients. Not to name drop, but we're gonna name drop. Donald Trump, 6'9", Drake, a lot of people. 2022, over $114 million in revenue.
That's correct, yeah.
So you guys could see the caliber of the business that he's doing. And a little bit about me, because this is different. This is not something that... This is our first live event for the Leaders Talk podcast. I am the host of that, where I interview CEOs amongst every industry. I interview executives, politicians, entrepreneurs. So, guys, please, let's give a round of applause for Neel from Time Beat Trade.
Thank you, guys.
So, a little backstory. I wanted to give a story because I was speaking with Alexis about this off stage. I know you don't know me, but I know you. I actually reached out to you, I think September-ish. I emailed your team, I think 6 or 7 times. I sent a shoe in the box to your location. I know you're extremely busy, but I want to share the story. I sent a shoe in the box, if you guys know, you know. And then, more notably, I sent a DM. This was September 27th. I had no idea who Alexis was. This event wasn't even an idea. But I said something. And I said, man, I just want to put this in the chat because I know it's going to come to life. The interview we are going to do is going to be super impactful. I got the questions lined up. I look forward to meeting you. That's September 27th. Now, I share this we're here. Brought it to life. But I share this for 2 reasons, right? And I really want you guys to hear this because for me, this is very powerful. As you see, this was September 27th. The only way that you come up short of the things that you are trying to achieve, the only way that you're not able to hit the numbers that you have, the only way that you do not become proud of the person you are becoming is if you stop. If you tell yourself after 1 no, man, maybe I'm not enough. Man, maybe I'm not able to achieve that. And the second reason, whether you believe in God or not, I truly believe to walk by faith and not by sight. God will give you the end vision. I saw this interview coming, but I had no idea how we're going to get there. And so I just want to say, guys, God did.
Yeah, there we go.
More than anything, guys, walk by faith and not by sight. But let's get into the interview. So, to give a backstory, right? Your father was very successful in the watch industry.
Still is, yeah.
Still is.
Yeah.
He had over 35 locations.
No.
More?
35, no, way less.
Way less.
Like 3 locations.
3 locations.
35 brands.
35 brands, I think that's what it was.
Authorized dealer.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were growing up in the sense, I heard that you had the trips to Dubai every summer.
Yeah, my mom's from Dubai.
Your mom's from Dubai?
Yeah, I'm going next week, actually.
Awesome.
Yeah. Love Dubai.
You had the Daytona when you were 18.
Yeah, that was my high school graduate. It was a little past high school. I graduated college at 20. So
20.
it was like halfway through college, my random gift.
Yeah. But you had a good childhood.
I lived really good. I mean, money was never thrown at me. I always, like, even in college, I never had more than 2,000-3,000 to my name. Yeah. But I lived a great life. No complaints, I was blessed.
I asked him because after you graduated high school, ironically, he actually had a very long and successful career in real estate. It was 6 days. Yeah, very long career.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I love real estate, though, guys. I have no care for real estate.
But a lot of people outside in would have said, hold up, but your dad was already in the industry. Your dad was already successful.
I get that a lot. I don't care because I live a good life and I know what I've built. What I've built is completely separate from what my dad does. What he does is buy it directly from the brand. Me, I'll buy from any one of you. Like, I see you wearing a nice Rolex. I see you are too. I buy those, I buy it off and we have our ways of authenticating the watch. We pay for it only once it's in our office.
Yeah.
It's a whole different game. A lot more risk in my game, I think.
How come you didn't work with your father straight out of?
I tried to, and I did for like a year and a half, and I produced over $1 million in revenue a year for my dad. It's not a crazy number compared to where we're at now, but he was paying me $3,500 a month, and I know I was making him close to 6 digits a month, if not 6 digits a month in profit. So I was just like, yeah, he bought me an Audi S4 at the time, the Rolex Daytona. But I wanted a Richard Mille, and I wanted a Ferrari.
Yeah.
I had these dreams, and I was like, I really couldn't believe people would spend $300,000 on a car or like a couple million on a house, And my family had money, but they would drive around in like they had a Toyota RAV4. My dad still drives a Hyundai Santa Fe. He doesn't care,
Yeah.
I don't think the flex is what matters. I personally the cars motivate me. To me, they're like trophies. When I look at them, I'm motivated to work harder. But to each their own, My dad has his own passions. Everyone has their own passions, and I wanted stuff, and I was like, Dad. Well, what happened was I built him an Instagram because he never believed in social media. I got it to like 10,000 followers 5 years ago, which is pretty big deal. 6 years ago, and I was selling a lot for him, but I got to the point where like people were trying to sell me stuff, and then people were asking me for stuff that my dad didn't have that I was being offered. So I just made a couple flips. And from there, I was like, I'm making more in like 2 deals than you're paying me in a month, and I can do a deal a day easily.
Yeah.
So,
and kind of to go back to what you said, you were getting paid $3,500 a month, selling him multiple 6 figures a month.
Yeah, he didn't give me commission. Like all the other sales guys got commission.
Yeah.
For me, it's like, Neel, you're my son. Why should I give you commission? I'm like, you lost me, Dad. But he's super proud of me. I bought him a Richard Mille. I bought my mom a Richard Mille.
Bought him a Maybach too, no?
I bought him a Maybach. I'll do anything for my parents. They want all my money, they could take it. I do this because I enjoy it, honestly. Some days are stressful, but it's enjoyable.
Good choice.
Yeah.
I asked him because there was an experience that you spoke about that when you finally decided, after you're doing the social media for him, after you're seeing the growth, the way that you're describing, he still didn't see the vision of social media.
He did more and more as he saw what I did, But at first he really didn't, no.
And you were putting all that effort, and like you said, you saw that people were coming to you, like, why did I do this? And then you had that time period where you told him, hey, I'm going to go my own way. And you mentioned that you didn't talk to him for 2 weeks out there.
We argued bad. I actually ended up giving him 25% equity in my company, just like that for free, because I was like, Dad, like, my goal here is not to separate from the family. Like, he was hurt, He's like, I have an empire. You can just help me grow my empire. I'm like, Dad, like, you're controlling me too much. I need to be out in the wild. Like, I need to learn things for myself. Let's see what I do. And now he's super proud of me. I think my business competes with his now, It's pretty cool.
Full circle.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and I have a similar experience with my father, sometimes, and I truly believe this, sometimes it's a disbelief in others that instills the belief in yourself. Because when you start something, you start, let's say, the watch industry, the watch business, you're like, man, I would love my dad to support me. But it was him actually telling you, hey, good luck making $5,000 a month.
Probably pushed me to go harder, for sure. A lot of people thought I would fail. People would like make fun of me for just being on Instagram all day, and now I'm like, they're like, Neel, could you teach me how to do this? And I just ignore the DM now, because you didn't treat me right when I had nothing. So,
wow, that's powerful. So, there was another experience that you shared. It's kind of a funny experience. I hope it was a little bit of humor for you. You shared that you used to be a very overweight kid growing up. You had an experience that you were at a water park and somebody saw you and they flicked your tits. Yeah, like nice tits. So I asked that because from that moment you decided to go to the gym. From that moment you decided,
bro, the same day I was in the gym. Yeah, I left the water park crying, no cap, and I went to the gym and I told my mom all I'm eating for the rest of the summer is fish. I was in Dubai, and this asshole Arab just came up to me, flicked my nipple, and he's like, nice titties. Killed me, bro. I was like 6 inches shorter and like 60 pounds heavier. So yeah, I was fat. I needed that.
You know, and it's crazy because a lot of people in here obviously are in the real estate industry. sometimes motivation, saying, hey, you can do it, you have the ability to do it, is not a strong enough motivator to go. It's actually somebody pointing you out, hey, by the way, you're making 2 calls a day, like, come on, pick it up, you know, like telling you the truth.
Yeah.
That situation, how did that shift your mind?
I mean, I was just like, I gotta show this guy I don't got nice titties. I'm gonna come back to the water park, right? That's it. And I did.
Yeah. The reason that I asked that, because I think you could attest to this, you could correct me if I'm wrong, but you start to realize that there was a lot more power in your mind than you realized.
For sure. Yeah.
Now, like you said, in 2022, you sold over 9 figures in revenue. What was the mindset that took you from when you started, when you were first making your career in the watch industry, to now being who you are today?
Setting goals. It's important to keep changing your goals. If you work hard enough and you pray to God, like you said, you will reach your goals. It's important when you get there not to be satisfied. One of my favorite quotes is, be proud but never satisfied.
So you don't think you're satisfied right now?
No, hell no.
It was a billion was your goal, no?
$1 billion in revenue annually would be my goal if I get there. Yeah, I'm way far from there, bro. Like 100 million to $1 billion, big gap. You know.
So, and this is from me looking at other companies. Looking at, I was very curious growing up. I read a lot of like 10Ks, annual reports of companies. I'd always, I don't know, had that itch for that, and I realized that a lot of the companies that stay relevant for a long period of time, they outwork, outlearn, and they have more resilience than their competitor. When you say getting to that B, what do you think is going to keep you relevant for the next 5 years?
I think what keeps us relevant in my industry, or even your industry, is honoring your word, making sure you do business super ethically always. Just never scam. I mean, in Miami, there's so many scammers, you know, like too many. And I'm going through situations right now myself where I've learned a lot, and I'm never going to let these mistakes happen again. But for me, it was just doing good business, bro. Like, if I tell you this is your price on a watch, I'm not changing it when you come to the office. If I offer you a price on a watch to buy it from you, nothing changes, you know. Your word is your word. And I think that has, like, it led to one client speaking well about me, and then the next client comes in, they speak well about me, and it just, like, so that's how I got Drake, you know. I sold watches to Ben Kicks, and then he's friends with Drake. He told Drake about me, and Drake told NBA Youngboy about me. 6ix9ine tells Yaleen about, like it's just
the relationships that you built, and like a powerful message from there was that you weren't thinking transactionally. Because actually, when you met Drake, he didn't end up buying a watch.
He bought nothing. I fucked up. I came in late, like I did.
Can you explain the story? Because you said you were a little Miami fucked up the day before.
I was single at the time. I was out at a club the night before. I wasn't expecting anything. Ben Kicks calls us Sunday morning. I wake up like in bed, like literally he wakes me up with his phone call. He's like, I have a big client. I can't tell you who. It was not the Satai. I can't even remember the name. Oh, it was the
Mandarin.
Mandarin, yeah, you know better than I do. Mandarin Oriental. He's like, you got to be at the Mandarin in 1 hour. It's a big client. I need you to bring 10 million watches to the Mandarin in 1 hour. And I'm like, bro, like, I can't do that. Like, I need security. Like, tell me who it is. Like, it sounds like a setup. Like, I don't trust no one, you know? Yeah. You could be my friend, but, like, that sounds sketch as fuck.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I don't know. He's like, bro, it's worth it. It's worth it. I'll never steer you wrong. Ben Kicks is a big guy. Ben Kicks, I don't know if y'all know him, but I pulled up, bro. I arranged security. It took me like 1 hour and 40 instead of an hour. We got there, and it was Drake. And I wasn't expecting that.
Did you get starstruck?
A little, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It's crazy. I mean, I walk into the hotel. I mean, we park. The guy's like eyeing us out for like 8 minutes. The security guy, he comes up to us, very weird. He's like, come with me. We're like, what the hell? We're carrying briefcases of watches, and we get passed to another security, who passes us to another security. Elevator door opens. There's 2 more security in the elevator. We go up, and Drake's just sitting in a conference room alone, waiting. And he's like, well, finally, you guys are late. I got a workout. So I pulled up late. But he liked what he saw, obviously, because he didn't buy nothing, I guess, because he was rushing. But he reached out to my manager like a day later, bought some watches for Future and someone big. Yeah.
That situation, you could have easily gotten mad at yourself. Damn, Drake didn't want. That was my one chance to get Drake.
I did feel like that. I didn't think he was going to buy, and then the next day was a great surprise.
But he also bought 2 months later, no?
Oh, he's bought like a couple $1 million in watches from
Wow.
Yeah.
So I asked that because a lot of people here I think everybody is in the relationship business, not thinking transactionally, but thinking, okay, and you mentioned this.
We're all in sales. I say all the time, like the most important thing to do to close sales with the client is to build your relationship with them. Like don't push them on stuff. Like listen to what they have to say, get to know them, and build a relationship, and then they're yours for life. Like just have a relationship.
And on top of that, you also mentioned to see someone and automatically think of building a relationship with them, because if you say, okay, I know this guy has a bunch of money, I know I can scam him for 50,000 over retail price because I know he'll pay that, but you would rather pass up on that and keep the relationship because you know the lifetime of that relationship you're going to get paid 10 times.
So since we were talking about Drake, the first watch he bought from me was a all diamond Sky Dweller with a meteorite dial. Drake's super connected. He's more connected than probably all of us in this room, right? Let's just keep it real. And he looked with a bunch of jewelers. The cheapest he found was 1.2 million on this first watch he bought from me. We sold it to him at 800,000. I'm not doing business for free. I made money too. But the 400,000 he saved, that's it. Like he's never going anywhere. That's a huge amount of money on 1.2 mil, right? It's 30%. So.
And I think you respected that too, because imagine a guy like Drake and like people are either, they know he has money, so they're gonna.
Yeah, I could have easily done even 1 million, right? Because he had 1.2 only. But I just wanted him to see like, you can't fuck with my prices.
Yeah.
That's what does very well for me too, like my prices.
Talk about that, because a lot of people here they're commission based, obviously at 3%, but at the same time you do know your value. You don't go way down if you're not gonna profit. You know what I'm saying? Like
I do, bro. It sucks.
So you will take in some deals to build a relationship and not profit?
Yeah, because for you guys in real estate, I don't think you're really having to stock properties. You know, I think more your clients will stock the properties, or maybe you do. I don't know what you guys do. Maybe you build, maybe you develop. I don't know. But for me, I stock like 20 mil plus in watches. So if the market goes down, because it's just like the stock market, I don't try to sell it above my cost at that point. Like if I go negative on my inventory, I sell it at market, like right below market is what I always sell to my clients at. It sucks, like, but that's just what it is. You know, I had 5 years where watches were going up only, and now for the last 2 years they're going down a little. So I'll eat it. It's cool. I made a lot of money in 5 years. You know.
114 million, just a little.
No, I didn't make that. That was
no, the revenue, obviously, but
I made a couple M's. You know,
Just a couple, yeah.
I live great. I live really good.
so now you have not only TBT, but you have TBT Foreigns. You have the
I own 2 vape companies.
I was
now.
gonna say the partnership you have with 6ix9ine.
Yeah, so 6ix9ine was just such a good client. We started build a relationship, like I said, right? So we started hanging out a lot, coming over to my house. And he's like, Neel, I see you vaping all the time. Like, I don't know, bro. We one day we're in the car. He asked me to try on 3 of my chains. Okay, I have 3 chains on, and I was like, yeah, for sure, bro, rock them. And then he's like, yo, Neel, I want to keep these chains. And I'm like, all right, pay me. And he's like, Neel, just like do something for me, bro. You were saying you're friends with the owners of this vape company, and I am. So I'm best friends with the owners of HQD. If you guys vape, that's a pretty big brand here. So I was like, let me see what I can do. And at this point, the owners of HQD are like being less of my friend, because they're like, Neel, you think we're a joke? We've been asking you to introduce us to 6ix9ine for years, bro. Just do it. And I didn't want to. I don't like mixing friendship with business. Like I don't like asking friends who have built in timepiece trading. Like I would never ask Drake to do a vape company, you know? Like I feel like it might fuck up the relationship. Yeah. So, but he was pushing me for these chains. So I was like, let me see what I can do. So I called my friends from HQD. I'm like, guys, 6ix9ine's wearing a 100K stack of necklaces that I let him wear. He says if you buy it for him, he will sign the vape deal. And bro, within 1 hour, HQD's at my house with the contract. 6ix9ine signs the contract, and yeah, we sold a couple million vapes till now. We were selling 700,000 vapes at its peak. Very well.
Would you have done that partnership if you wasn't 6ix9ine? Like, what do you look for when you do a partnership?
No, because 6ix9ine at this point was so close to me, bro. I could call him, and I'm not even that close to him now, and the brand still exists. But I could call him at 1 in the morning and be like, bro, put a story. We need promotion. We need marketing. And he'll do anything. He wears my logo every day.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So, like you said, you have the dummy vapes, you have the TPT foreigns, you have obviously the main.
I just started with Steve Will Do It, zero nicotine vape, because I personally am trying to quit. He was trying to quit. It's called Steve Will Quit It. So you guys should see it in the stores. New product. We only have 50,000 pieces in the market right now, but yeah, 10 flavors. It's really good.
So it's no nicotine?
No nicotine. Actually, our next generation of the vape is gonna have vitamin B12 in it, vitamin D, vitamin C. It's pretty cool. Yeah, and no nicotine.
There's a lot.
Yeah, it's selling very well. So surprised me.
So you now have all those businesses, but you started off with one, the watch business.
100%. Yeah.
How important is it for you to, when you're first starting off with the business, to double down, reinvest, and go all in on one business?
Super important. Super important. I reinvest every dollar besides my cars and my house into timepiece trading. I keep very little money in my account at all times. It's always reinvested. Like I said, I have to stock stuff. You know, I don't know about you guys, but I stock a lot of inventory.
I want to end it off on a strong note because
and reinvesting into the company, like payroll. I mean, I have 25 employees now. When I started, I actually did 13 million revenue with just me and my manager my first year. And I didn't need a big team, but a big team definitely helps. Like, you cannot do everything yourself, guys. Having a solid team, it makes you. I didn't go to the office yesterday. I made a good amount of money.
A lot of people talk about key hires. When you did find those people like Sean, like your brother, people that are around you.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
People say all the time, don't work with friends or family. But like, my manager was one of my best friends in college. My two other like top guys are my brothers, my blood brothers. And I put them on, and that feels amazing, bro. I have 2 guys from my high school at my office. I hired a lot of friends and family and people I trust and people I care about. And I was like, yo, if you care about me, I'm gonna show you how much I care about you too. You know, well, you make my life better, I'll make your life better. So I don't think the saying not to hire friends or family is true. It did distance my personal relationship from them a little, because you have to keep it work and personal, but they're solid. They're more solid than anyone to me.
So what is it that you're looking for when you do decide to bring to the team? Is it something that you don't have? Is it something that you know that they're really good at talking with people?
All I look for, well, you got to be personable, for sure. But all I look for is that you're willing to work, not clock hours. You're just willing to work. Like, if I call you, bro, at 11 and we got to go see Ronaldinho, but like, just be ready, bro. Like, that's how my business is, right? I feel like sales, you got to be around the clock. You got to be ready. That's it to me.
So a lot of people here, if not everybody, is in sales, real estate, MLOs, whatever else it may be. Like you said, sales is a big part of it. Understanding how to communicate with people is a big part of it. But I think the biggest part about it, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is your personal brand nowadays. Talk to me. When you, like, we go back, when you see the next 5 years of TBT, what is the strategy that you're doing with your personal brand to making sure that you stay like top of mind with everybody?
Well, I'm trying to create a personal brand. I'm trying to make timepiece trading a brand where that any product or any service or any business I do with my brand attached to it, there's going to be clients. There's going to be trust. I feel like it just helps kickstart you, you know? And I was blessed with timepiece trading because I feel like my dad and his like 35 years of experience helped me get kickstarted, because I was able to tell people who I am, where I come from, you know. And same with any of my new businesses. I'm going to be like, yo, that's timepiece trading. And people know the name, you know, and it helps. Yeah. So yeah, I'm trying to, I think social media is huge, guys. I'm sure all of you believe in it, but just like keep putting content out, guys. Like, you don't even got to be good at it. I think I'm pretty shit at it, but I just put it out there, and some videos get views, you know. That's it.
Just a little bit, just a couple million views.
Yeah, and then those millions views, like, not everyone's gonna buy. Very few people of those million are gonna buy. But like, even if 3 people buy, and you make whatever, a couple thousand a sale, that's 10, 20,000, 30, who knows? It could be 100,000.
In the lifetime, that's the biggest thing, the lifetime
Yeah.
of somebody.
Yeah.
I really appreciate
And one more thing, right? Like, if you get 1 million views, you might get 2 sales in 1 month, 2 sales in 1 month. Like, these 1 million people have seen you. Like, over their lifetime of 30 years of purchasing whatever they're purchasing, they will come to you probably, you know, if they like the content.
I'm definitely speaking for myself, but I think I can speak for everybody. You definitely did drop a lot of gems. There's a lot of stuff that everybody here can take home and really like sit on. And more than that, you have the accolades for it. You have the proof for it. And I really appreciate you for your time. It's kind of a cool full circle moment with the DM, and I wish you the best of luck with the...
Thank you.
Steve, what is it?
Steve will quit it.
Steve will quit it.
Yeah.
Steve will quit it, the TPT, everything that you have going on.
Thank you, guys. If y'all want to watch, hit me up at Timepiece Trading on Instagram. And no, I'll take care of y'all. It's not funny, guys.
Awesome, guys.
Thank you, bro.
Good meeting you.